Oh my gosh, I miss you guys so much. Can you believe it's been 2 months? Has it really been 2 months? What have you been up to? What have you been up to in the last 2 months? Because I know what I've been up to. Oh my gosh, that's another thing. I have to update you guys, but that's gonna be another video on how I left my job. It was definitely the most money that I have ever made. You guys let me know when you want me to record it. But I know it was God calling me out and calling me into something new. I'm with my son and my husband, and I'm working in my husband's company, and I'm building my own stuff. This is literally not the point of the video, so I'm gonna get into what the point of this video is. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I feel like that's for Gen Z. What is that? The whoa? In today's video, we're gonna be talking about breaking bad habits and implementing new ones going into 2022. I wanna kind of take you guys on this journey with me, what my negative habits are, what the new ones are that I'm setting in place. I am in a stage in my life right now where I'm creating new habits. Me, my husband, my best friend Amanda, and her husband Michael created a system. We're doing it now before the new year. I know it's only a few more days until the new year, but it's like, if we know that there's a change we want to make, let's do it right now. We're all going to be keeping each other accountable. These new habits are going to actually help me become the person that I want to be. And also I want to talk to you guys about this book, Atomic Habits, that I read last year that really started to get the ball rolling for me in this area. And the author is James Clear. And in the book, he makes the argument, habits and setting up systems to sustain these habits are actually what's better for you if you want to actually become the person that you want to be. Goals are a good way to set direction, but systems if you want to make progress. What happens sometimes is we set these really big lofty goals, we either make it or we don't, but that's not really changing us. If I have a goal to hit 50,000 subscribers on YouTube, I'm gonna be like, okay, maybe I need to post 3 times a week to make that happen. And then what happens is, say I do and then I hit that goal, there's no real change because I haven't identified with anything to actually make that goal happen. And if I don't hit that goal, it's like, okay, that didn't work. Let me set another goal and try again. There's no real system in place there. Another argument that he makes, in order for you to make certain habitual changes, you need to make identity-based changes. Instead of saying, oh, I want to get better at an instrument, you're going to say, I'm actually a musician. Or if you're a smoker that's trying to quit smoking, instead of saying, I'm trying to quit when someone offers you a cigarette, you're going to say, I'm not a smoker. In this video today is really gonna help you with sustaining those habits. Making those identity-based changes, even in your language, does something in your brain. I think for a long time, I would tell myself things like, I'm not consistent, or I'm not good at this, or I don't have the ability. And I'm still working through that, but now I'm learning, if you want to be a certain somebody, you need to make sure that you're saying that and speaking that. Those habits are gonna naturally just support the person that you wanna be, and you're gonna have to make those changes. Another thing he talks about with habit changes is making your environment conducive to the changes that you wanna make. A bad habit that I have is I don't drink enough water, then I get headaches, and I know I need to drink more water, but I haven't put any systems in place to make sure that those habits are actually working. What I've been doing is making sure that I have water by my bedside table, or like water on the counter. Seeing a water bottle automatically reminds me, oh, I need to drink more water. Another way I'm implementing this environmental system, taking my phone out of the room at night. Another bad habit I have is I go to bed super late. I know that I'm the kind of person that just needs 8 hours of sleep if I want to feel good the next day. So this has been really helpful, not having my phone in the room, because now I'm like, oh, my phone's not in the room, so what am I gonna do? I'm gonna read a book. I want you to also create your new habits going into 2022, and I want you to actually use those 3 things that we talked about. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, we're including our friends in it. And just having someone that's gonna keep you accountable with actual consequences is really gonna be so helpful. Sometimes we'll say, I'm gonna work out 3 times a week, and then you don't work out 3 times a week, and you might have set up the habit, you might have set up the system to support the habit, but there's no real consequence. So what me and my friends are doing, we're going to be checking in on each other. If Amanda checks in with me and she's like, hey, I know today you said you're going to be creating content. Say that day is a Tuesday. If I don't create content on that Tuesday, I have to buy her lunch. I have to send her 20 bucks or 30 bucks or whatever the amount is. It also creates this dynamic where it's like, no, I actually want to be the person that keeps my word. So that's gonna be really helpful for you as well. And I would definitely say invite a friend in to watch this video and to create systems with them so that they can help keep you accountable. The next thing I wanted to talk about in this video is why I want to change my habits. For much of my life, I would say that I wanted to do something and I just wouldn't do it, or I would start doing it and not finish. And that led to a lot of frustration and disappointment with myself. And then it actually led to a really negative narrative where I would start telling myself, like, I don't finish the things that I start, I'm just not gonna be consistent in this area. Even though that narrative was true, if I wanna create new habits for myself, then I have to change the narrative. And like I said, that's what he talks about in the book. You actually are identifying with the person that you want to become will help you with those habits. Let me share with you guys some of the systems. I have wake up at 7 a.m. Monday to Friday. I have a tendency to sleep in. I really like sleeping in. Even though my son will wake up at like 8:30, I tend to wake up with him instead of being up before him so I can get that hour of prayer in. And my system for waking up at 7 a.m. is having my phone in the living room and having the alarm go off. Or right now what I'm talking about with my husband, because he's waking up at 5 a.m. every morning, he just comes in the room at 7 a.m. and then wakes me up. The next thing is bedtime at 11. By 10 p.m. I'll be putting my phone out in the counter, and then I go in the room, I read a book for an hour, and then I'll go to bed at 11. What keeps me up is my phone anyway. I'll just be scrolling on social media, on YouTube or Instagram or something like that. If I just remove the phone out of my environment, then that's gonna help that new habit of going to bed. And then record a YouTube video once a week, except for vacations and much needed breaks. I would like my filming days to be on Tuesdays or Wednesdays. So on Mondays, I work with my husband in his company. Tuesdays and Wednesdays, I'll be focusing on like my own content, IG Reels, YouTube. Thursdays, I'll be working with my husband again in his company, and then Fridays is a family day. I'll just have off and I'll spend time with my son and husband. And then Saturdays are like full-blown family days, and then Sundays are rest days. Making sure that your system also includes a date and a time. Even if you don't have a time, making sure you have a date on it. If you want running to be your new habit, but you don't say when you're gonna run, chances are you're just not gonna run. So if you say, I'm gonna run Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 2 p.m., that's gonna be a lot more helpful than just saying, I'm going to run. You need to set up a system. So that brings me to the end of this video. I really hope it helped you. Please share with me down below in the comments what your new habits are going to be. Thank you to everybody that is new here. I can't wait to continue to get to know you guys and for you guys to continue to get to know me. Please subscribe and please like this video as well. Bye guys.